Hey folks, Machinery Pete here. You're looking at a picture I took last month in Austin, Texas at the John Deere Parts Expo. Maybe you remember the YouTube video. This is the last serial number John Deere 4960, right next to the last serial number John Deere 7810. And this video and the story produced a lot of interesting feedback. A lot of people were super interested. The 4960 one's got 6 hours on it. One of the coolest things that came out of it, a friend of mine from down by Waterloo, actually in Denver, Iowa, Romaine Schweer, who used to work for Deere at the Waterloo assembly plant there, sent me this picture that he dug up, and that's the 4960, the last serial number on the right. This was the kind of the day they rolled off the line, 1994. And the tractor on the left, that's the last serial number 4760. You can see it's a two-wheel drive there. And again, you can kind of tell in the picture that was 23 years ago, 1994. That picture was taken at Deere. Now, my friend Romaine said he had heard that the last serial number 4760 was sold to a local farmer in northeast Iowa, and that years later it was sold at auction. And we were wondering, gosh, it'd be cool if we could find it. Well, as part of the story, my friend Marty Steffen, that's Marty on the right. Marty's a salesman with Dyersville Equipment Company, part of the Bodensteiner Implement Group in Dyersville, Iowa. Great guy. Sent me a note and he said, Pete, I know where that tractor is. So today I drove down to Dyersville, and that's Marty there with store manager Brett, again Dyersville Implement, and Marty took me on out to the farm, the Mark and Jean Gaul Farm. And there it is, folks. This is what I videoed today at Mark Gaul's farm. That's his John Deere 4760, the last serial number, 4760. We found it. So let's go now to the interview with Mark Gaul about this tractor. Hey folks, Machinery Pete. I'm down here in Farley, Iowa. And I found a tractor I thought you might find interesting. You're looking at the very last serial number John Deere 4760 here. And last month I was in Austin, Texas, and we at the John Deere Expo did a little feature on the last serial number 4960, and had a friend that worked at the Waterloo plant that was there the day they were made. Said, Pete, I know out there somewhere there's the last 4760, and we found it here. And here's the owner. This is Mark Gaul. And Mark, hey, thanks for having us out to the farm. Now, when did you buy this tractor, Mark?
We bought it on Richard's farm sale. That would have been like in July.
June 29th of 2000.
June 29th of 2002.
Just a farm retirement auction?
Yeah, he was retiring that time, and we were just looking for a newer tractor to update, and the tractor didn't have many hours on it. So.
And at the time, do you remember, Mark, was it advertised on the sale bill that this was the last serial number, 4760?
They never said nothing on the sale bill, but I had looked at the tractor before the auction, and the previous owner told me, that it was the last one.
And he was the guy that bought it new from...
He bought it from Deere brand new, yes.
So when you bought it, again, Mark, all those years ago, you bought it to use it.
I bought it to farm with that time. I mean, they said about the history, but, I figured on buying it and keeping it to farm with. I really didn't care about the history at that time.
And how have you used it over the years?
We've used it on, a manure pump, agitation, and then it was our big tractor for a lot of years. We used it on field cultivators, chisel plows, grain carts. It wasn't our everyday tractor, it was our big field tractor.
Sure. And do many people know that you own the last serial number 4760?
Well, at that time when I bought it, it was 10 years old.
Yeah.
Nobody really made much of it. I mean, we had told different friends and stuff about it, but nobody at that point made much of it.
Well, I think now they might make a little more of it. Mark, these last serial number tractors, boy, a ton of interest in them. And let's bring Marty Steffen in here. Now, this is how we found this tractor. This is Marty Steffen with, this Dyersville Equipment, right, Marty?
Correct.
John Deere dealer in Dyersville. And Marty, you saw the post about that 4960.
I did. I seen your ad about the Deere Expo this last winter about the 4960, and then I realized that you had actually had told the folks or found out that there was actually a 4760 also made at the same time, and,
Right.
and realized that tractor is in our backyard.
And Mark, one of your customers owned it. That's
Correct.
must have been a pretty cool realization. And Marty, I
Yeah,
thank you for
almost-
reaching out.
Almost instantly, I sent Mark's wife Jean a message, and she forwarded it to Mark and the boys, and realized that we had a story here to share.
Well, again, thanks for reaching out, Marty, and thanks for all the great work you guys do at Dyersville Equipment, part of the Bodensteiner family of John Deere dealerships there. And Mark, again, well, and Marty, before you go, just speak to the fact that here we have a last serial number 60 series tractor. I mean, I think you know that this is quite a highly interesting, valuable item here.
It's a very well-kept 4760. It's the last Generation 2 tractor that was made in Waterloo, Iowa. The last tractor with the 15-speed power shift.
Right.
The last Soundguard cab with, and that original body style that came out. You know, that cab design came out in 1973.
Yep.
And then this is the last tractor of that era that was
Right.
made in May of '94.
So it really is a piece of history we're looking at here.
It sure is. So, you know, that design was made for 21 years.
Right. And Mark, again, all these years you've been using it just, you know, as a tractor on the farm here. What would you say to, you know, people being interested in this thing as a last serial number piece of history? Does that seem weird, or just is what it is?
To us, yeah, basically, because we bought it, you know, to farm with it. We always liked running it. It was always a nice, smooth running tractor and everything. And
Right.
as far as the history side, it didn't really mean a whole lot
Right.
to us.
And now I know you have 3 boys, you and Jean, right, Mark?
Yes.
And this tractor, folks, you can tell how beautiful it looks here. Now, do we have Brady here? Brady, why don't you hop in here? Brady, the middle boy. How old are you, Brady?
15.
15. So you're a freshman in high school?
Yeah.
And you got up kind of early to get this tractor shined up today, I
I
understand.
missed 2 classes of school today.
Now, what classes did you miss today, Brady?
It's study hall and social studies.
Social stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you were here. And tell us, just tell us about this tractor, what you think of it, Brady.
I don't know. When I was little, it was the biggest tractor we had here, and I put a lot of hours in it. It was my favorite tractor here.
Okay.
Just like the looks of it and everything.
Okay. And do your friends, you tell them it's the last serial number? Do they think
Yeah.
much of it,
But
or?
they didn't think much of it, but they said that's nice, but they didn't think much of it.
Right, right. Well, I appreciate you get it all shined up here for us, Brady, and
Yeah, I was up since 3 this morning doing that.
3 o'clock. My goodness.
That's devotion.
Well, it looks fantastic. And maybe could we get a little video of you guys running the tractor? And we have to look behind it, I guess. Mark, you guys did some custom
Yeah, we
adjustments.
modified it to run on the slurry pump so we wouldn't have to get in and out of the cab.
Sure.
We just made a lever to run the PTO and the throttle so we wouldn't have to come around always and get in it when you were dirty and stuff.
Okay. Well, if we could see it in action here, that would be fantastic.
Get in it.
Okay, Mark, I understand you actually have the receipt when you bought it at auction back in, what was July of 2002?
Two.
Okay, what do we got here?
Right here, it was Dick Back's auctioneering,
Okay,
and
$41.
$1,600 is what we paid for it.
Okay. And just been a good tractor over the years for you.
Yeah, never had any issues with it. We always did our regular maintenance. Well, the tractor always got in the shed when we weren't using it. We've touched it up a little, but for the most part, it's all original.
Okay. Well, let's go around the back and let's see that modification that you made, Mark.
We made some levers to run the PTO and the throttle. We ran it like from a slurry pump. That way we wouldn't have to get in and out of it all the time.
Sure, sure.
That way you kept the cab and stuff cleaner.
Okay.
You know.
And the boys have been running the tractor for you for...
The boys, yeah, they do all the field work and stuff with it now. Some days, listening to them fight about who was going to run it was worse than if you do it yourself.
Well, Mark, I really appreciate you showing us this. This is really a piece of John Deere history here, the last 4760. Now, I guess none of my business, but would you ever entertain selling the tractor? Are you planning to keep it on the farm, or?
I don't know. I guess I really never thought about it because,
Yeah.
you know, in today's world, what would you replace it
Yeah,
with?
right.
I guess everything is for sale
Sure.
for a price, but, you know, I didn't
No
plan on
plans.
turning the tractor.
Well, very cool. Again, I'd heard that it was out here, and it was really fun to find it, Mark. And again, thanks for showing us the last serial number 4760.
Thanks.